Welcome back to Crypto's juiciest news, Pumpkin. We're witnessing macro markets, crypto markets, everything dumping, bleeding hard. This is the Bitcoin price heading around $61,000. It is getting crushed. Altcoins destroyed. Everything getting murdered and obliterated. Ethereum is well under $3,000 now. It's at 2,980. You can see this is the Ethereum weekly chart. And we are hopefully still in this triangle, but I don't want to jinx anything, friends. So what actually was the cause of everything? It was the unemployment rate. And today we're just going to spend time on macro so you get an idea of all of that, because it's going to be at the back of your mind and the front of your mind. It's going to be spammed all over every channel. Everyone's going to talk about, oh, why did it go down? Why did it go down? Well, honestly, it just went down because of cycles. It just goes, things go up and down. And, there's all that really matters is how people are positioned. And we are coming at that point of that crypto cycle where we're like, okay, we're in that poopy time. Now, we didn't know that there was going to be no news, all right? So I'm going to show you the others BTC chart. We didn't know that there was going to be news or no news. You never know, right? But the price action is still around this zone. It's kind of funny, man. We're literally hanging on here by a hair. It's actually insane. And I just want to let you know, if we do get a poopy scenario, friends, what's a poopy scenario? Where we don't recover up only. What does that really mean? I mean, it confirms it's the worst crypto cycle of all time, and it's the longest crypto cycle. It's the most amount of pain for everyone because it's been 3.5 years since the top, and everybody's still offside, still deeply offside. But you can't really do anything about that. What are you going to do? Oh, it's the worst one ever. Yeah, but it's you're toward if you're in the worst time ever or the lowest price ever, that means you almost go the most long you've ever been. That's pretty much it, because it's pretty much pushed to the extreme. It's almost like if you're given the longest crypto bull market ever, you shouldn't be the longest you should be. If it now is in the longest time period, you should be careful, right? Imagine a crypto, instead of getting normal 2 waves, imagine we get a 3rd wave, right? People will be saying, yes, this time is different, but you're saying, wait a minute, I should be the most short or the most stable coins I've ever been in my life because this thing is going on longer. But most people don't think like that, right? We want to go, we're not really, we're synced. Our emotions are synced with the market. We see green candles, want to pump ourselves up. And we see red candles, we feel like pooping around. So let's go. Now, all the prices across the board, friends, are pooped. And I don't even have to show you the altcoins, any individual altcoin. That others BTC, it's a good ratio. It's a good summary of that. But interestingly enough, so let's play some nice gentle angel music just to rescue us, friends. Remember, I'm wearing a bull hat. Look, it's never that easy. It's never that easy. I'll tell you now. Yes, the economy has turned, but I'm telling you now, man, it's not that easy. All right, it'll turn after it convinces everybody it ain't turning anymore. That's what happens. Now, this is the FOMC, friends. This is the readings, but check this out, right? Firstly, we have a 100% chance of a rate cut in September, which we already had 95% chance. So that's not special. But look at this. Look at this, friends. If you zoom in, there is a 69% chance, 70% chance it's a 50 basis point cut. So the high yield bond spread, so pretty much the poopy bonds out there, the junk bonds, they've gotten obliterated that much. And equities have been obliterated that much, and Japan and everything else has got destroyed in such ferocity that the market's the economy's turned real hard. You got to start cutting bad. You got to start cutting immediately. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. That's pretty much what they're all pricing in. Now, these probabilities will change, but we've been waiting a long time for it, because that's what the Fed does, friends. They crack the economy. They crack the economy to get inflation down, and the cycle repeats. Now, there's going to be a lot of fear-mongering and stuff on all over YouTube and Twitter. Now, it's everything. But look, friends, I'm just going to be honest with you. I know a lot of people really, really listen to my words, but I promise you, yes, if we keep staying down here, it is statistically the worst crypto cycle of all time. It is. It's not my opinion. No, it is the worst cycle of all time. It's the worst diminished gains, and it's taking the longest to recover. So you're down the most, and it's taking the longest to recover if you stay here. But hey, we'll see what happens by the end of August, because this is exactly, remember, friends, someone said, are we having there's never going to be an alt season moment. Are we having that? We've already seen a couple of comments. The weeks have lined up. Now, this is the S&P 500, interestingly enough, and this is the 2024 season, and the other blue line is the 2023 season. And they actually line up together. So that's pretty much, you have the seasonality. We're in the US summer, comes and dips back down, and then everything goes up at the end of the year. Now, this is the stonk market, Daddy S&P 500. It's a weekly chart. I think I saw Uncle Bobby Lucas, shout out to him. He had it like going down and then comes back by the end of the year, something like that. I mean, who knows, man? Like correlation, like we were already destroyed when the S&P 500 was still rallying. Check out the Slingshot, right, friends? It's the Slingshot. This is others BTC. Remember, friends, instead of looking at these deviations, I show you the others BTC ratio. So this is BTC chart and this is the others index, but I use the ratio of them so you can actually see the timing and the distance of the deviations. But you can pretty much tell, was that the end of the cycle? No, it's because this thing was making lower highs on Bitcoin and this thing as well was making lower highs. So that we don't, like, once again, we're just guessing, but we don't see that stuff at the end of cycles, okay? We see Bitcoin slowing down and then this thing rocketing. That's the end of the cycle. Because people basically, let's say Bitcoin goes to $200,000, right? And people say, oh my gosh, I've missed Bitcoin buying it at 50K, at 70K, at 100K. Now it's at 200K. It's too high to buy for me. And what they do is they then get into the altcoins and they just smash them up. And there's no more offers left on the altcoins because everybody's thinking the same thing. And when they do it, that's that divergence, right? That's actually, friends, see what I've just shown you? That divergence is basically Bitcoin going down and then these things shooting up. If you go back to the others BTC, which I'll show you now, that is what it looks like here. That's where you have these giant, huge moonshots. Let you check this out, man. Like you gain, wow, 50%. Smash. How big is that? You got to think about that, man. That's enormous, right? And even like this in the past few months, 25% gain. You see that? That's basically pretty much it. You have this giant parabolic price action. Look what happened. Look what it did here. And these final weeks is 100% gain. Look at this huge 150% gain. You see that? That's what the parabola is. It's pretty much Bitcoin slowing down because basically why is it slowing down? It's because all the insiders, all the early people, they are dumping on everyone. They're distributing like 10,000 Bitcoin clips, 5,000 Bitcoin clips. So they're dumping on everybody. And retail are still buying Bitcoin. They're buying it on leverage, but they just can't push it up anymore. It's just that in this window of time, no one knows what to look for because everybody's acting in their own self-interest. So we did not see that, right? Instead, we're seeing others BTC down here. And remember I told you, man, it all depends about who's holding long with you. That's what it comes down to, right? Who's holding long with you? Now, all of us, friends, we're still in the trenches. I'm here in the trenches with you. I'm wearing a bull hat. No! Still wearing that bull hat. Did we onboard a lot of weak hands? Look, I'll be honest, man. Like, I understand it gets pretty scared because you're like saying, well, we literally had a tattoo of Solana on Lil Pump's forehead. He literally got the forehead tattoo. And if you listen to me last year, I was joking about that. I said, guys, we might see something stupid. Someone might get a freaking tattoo on their head. Can you believe that? I literally said that a year ago. I said that in one of my videos. And I was saying it. Well, you know, after I said it, I felt like, you know what? Maybe that was a bit too far. No, I manifested it. We manifested it. And this is the tattoo we're talking about, right? So, I mean, like, it just... Can you believe we actually saw this? We're like, wait a minute. You're not meant to come yet, bro. Like, we're really, really, really low. It's not even, like, remotely close that we are expensive across everything else, but... Only the strong make it, friends. Now, I just want to show you some doom porn from influencers. So this guy, the Great Fartis, he's like always turbo bullish. Like I think every single time I've ever seen him post a chart, I was like, let me guess, we're dropping 90% tomorrow, right? Yep, every single time. He's got the Great Depression fractal. Now, if you so I've written here, right, just influencers are posting the Great Depression crash fractal, and it's getting 500,000 views. Oh yeah, look at that, friends, 500,000 views. Okay, probably a good sign for us. Okay, also look at this, friends. Look at this. The comments are only 208. The likes are 4,300. So if there's a lot of comments and a lot of likes, you know, there's a lot of angry people who are disagreeing with it because they're commenting and they're engaging instead of liking. But no, this one is just straight, oh yeah, sweet, we're having the Great Depression. So you actually like seeing this. It pretty much means that, okay, so it's basically convinced everybody it's over, right? And if you're wondering, why won't we get a Great Depression crash to this level again? And the answer is because of the money supply. Back then, they couldn't print money. Back then, they were on the gold standard. And the money supply was contracting, and they couldn't print money because they didn't have more gold, so they had to do other stuff, right? And it just took a while for everything to get itself sorted out. And then actually, they couldn't do other stuff. They had to let the market clearing price go down. 90% down, the soup line's 14%. Now we don't do that. Now the government basically says, okay, instead of a Great Depression for 10 years, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to print money and I'm going to borrow from your future purchasing power in your or everybody's labor units, and I'm going to print money. I'm going to dilute your purchasing power by like 3% every year. Just 3% every year or 2% extra every year. And yeah, you feel a bit of a pinch purchasing power wise, but you still have your job and you don't have 14% unemployment rates and the soup lines out the yin yang. So what they do is, okay, we're going to print money like this amount for like the next 5 to 8 years. And if you add that up, friends, you add up like a 2% purchasing power dilution of the whole labor force. If you add that up for 10 years, you pretty much have the minus 20% GDP. But what they've done is they come and they filled the gap. Okay, so that's how it works. If you're wondering how it works, like how do you even stop a recession? Well, basically, it's all mentally, but that's actually how they do it. But they don't really stop it. You do get crushed no matter what. You do get crushed. It's just that the number go up, the US dollar number go up. They keep diluting everyone's purchasing power by fiat. That's their only one weapon that they have. But that's why they always joke, right? They say, well, when you have a hammer, everything to you looks like a nail. So they're just going to print at anything. When sometimes, friends, this is how you get inefficiencies in the economy over time, because there are some things that are just not meant to make it. There are just some things not meant to make it. Now in crypto, we don't have any the crypto's invented because there's too many things out there that are not meant to make it. They keep getting saved. But for everybody else out there, they're basically playing this game of like, is the Fed going to rescue you in that next recession? That's why in crypto, you can't be playing around on leverage late stage stuff, because like you're not even the Fed can save you pretty much. Nothing saves you at that point. But hey, we already knew that. Now, as I've mentioned before, friends, this is the others BTC. We are truly at a critical point right now. And yeah, it's not like it's lower than anything else. It's like exactly where we are meant to be, man. Can you imagine? Imagine we just go up only from here. Oh, man. By the way, shout out to a few people in the comment section. They haven't watched my videos. They have no idea what others BTC is. They haven't been watching the videos. They like think that I'm saying it's over. No, man. I'm just saying like, guys, statistically, it's true, man. If we get others BTC here, yes, I'm not gonna lie, if we are doing freaking this for October, November, yeah, this is now the worst cycle of all time. Okay, statistically, it's the worst cycle of all time. Statistically, historically, lowest returns USD, lowest BTC, and lowest everything. If we get that, but we're not there yet. So we'll see how we go for August, right? Does everything just reverse up? I guess we'll play out. And most importantly, friends, well, I'll play some pump music for us. Okay, let's play that scenario, right? So it's one scenario, we go up only. Okay, cool. It's part of the 40 cycle. Okay, the other scenario, it's still pooping down only. All right, what next? Wait. Just wait more. That's it. You just keep waiting. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it comes down. It's not like you can do anything. What are you going to do? Sell crypto to go buy stocks that are also going to get crushed? You know what I mean? What can you literally do, right? Because if you go and buy stocks or anything else, then you're betting on a recovery. And if you're betting on a recovery, well, then you're selling the low of Bitcoin on everything on extreme points. Like you're selling PDI down 85%. You see what I mean? Same as everything else, all these other altcoins and everything out there. But what else you can do? Well, you can sell into stable coins. Okay, you could sell into stable coins. Then you've got to be ahead of the curve. Because, like, what if the market starts pricing in the interest rate easing policy even harder? You know, that's what they just got to remind everybody out there. A lot of people new. Welcome to the channel. Keep your elbows very, very sharp. Markets are not stupid. They are forward-looking. The harder the data cracks in the background, or that everyone can see, people don't necessarily just sell everything down forever. They don't do that. Eventually, people say like, oh, wait, the data's cracked so hard, the US Fed actually has to start printing money in a month. And you'll be amazed how much it actually calls their bluff. It really does. Okay, you will be amazed at that. But don't bet on that. Don't just think, okay, we can never go down because they're always going to print money. No. You never know about these cyclical turns or their points of inflection. Now, friends, let's speak a bit about this macro stuff, because you're probably curious, right? How do you even know, like, the economy's cracked? You heard me turn and say the economy's cracked. It's 100% cracked, so it's never undeniable at this point. You know it's cracked, but they put the rates up to 5.5%. They do that to crack the economy, right? They don't do that to be like, oh, wow, let's start the new bull market. We've known that, right? But now, obviously, the question is, how does Bitcoin go in response? How does crypto go in response? Do we keep going down with stocks? Or are we liquidity injection? Obviously, friends, we know the stock market crypto correlation, it's very, very strong. So, yeah, if stocks tank, we ain't doing too well. But there could be the catch-up trade, which I'll just show you now. So this is the Bitcoin price. And what I'm going to now do is, friends, I'm just going to add like the NASDAQ, stock market as well. So this is the S&P 500. You can see you can see these things were happening. But remember, we started going down when stock markets went up, and now they're converging. So we're just converging together. And now this is the Russell 2000. We're having a look at the Russell. What's the Russell doing? Wow, the Russell's trading post 208 around here. Yeah, so the Russell, unfortunately, yeah, man, the Russell did the fake out. There you go. What an actual scum. There you go. Was just trying to charge for the top. He took a shot at it, comes back. But hey, don't worry. I have that time period, right? If we go back to the 4-year cycles, October is when it's meant to break the actual high. So, you see, friends, I know, that's why you don't do this short-term leverage trading. It's just like, okay, we have like 4 potential scenarios. Let's hope the first one works. It doesn't work. Okay, let's hope the second one works. Oh, the second one works this time. Then you fast forward another 2 months. Okay, we have another 4 potential scenarios again. Oh, the first and second one didn't work. Oh, even the third one didn't work. Let's pray for the fourth one to work. And then eventually something happens. You see what I mean? It's always moving the goalposts, playing around. Because, friends, no one knows. Your goal even as trading is not to predict the future. It's just to take good trades. Okay, that's what it is. For example, like if there are 2 football teams playing, your goal isn't to like figure out who's going to win if you want to make money against the bookie. Your goal is to take good bets. So the bookie, let's say the bookie is offering you $1,000 to 1 for one team win. You know, one team to win. You're like, you know what? You've lost the last 20 games against these guys. I'm going to put $1 on them because they give you 1,000 to 1. You just put $1 on them. Like, that's a good bet. You know, but they don't give you 1,000 to 1. They'll give you like, you know, $6 to 1, $5 to 1. Because even they know, they're like, oh man, like, you know, because 1,000 to 1, friends, if someone gives you 1,000 to 1 odds on something, to find the probability of how much they think that thing is likely to occur, you do 1 divided by 1,000 and you do -1, 99.9% chance of it occurring. You see what I mean? So even in trading and markets, your job is not to predict that future. It's just take good bets. But what are we doing now? We're playing the whole cycle. So you being long this whole way, taking a good bet. That's pretty much what you're doing. You're taking a long-term bet. That's what you're here for. Now, this is the unemployment rate data, friends, I want to show you. And see this sine wave? This is actually unemployment rate since like, you know, past 100 years pretty much. And you can see it always, obviously, there's always these recession spikes up, right? Recessions, unemployment rate, recessions. You see this recession. This was obviously the zombie virus. And now we are starting to turn up. Now, obviously, every time, same conversations every time, okay? People say, oh, that means you should be betting on a recession. The unemployment rate is 6 months lagging. It's very slow. It's the last thing to move. If you want to look at forward-looking stuff, like Raoul Powell stuff, you're looking at forward-looking ISM indicators and stuff in terms of like, you know, that's the businesses making money. Because the businesses, when they act on the workers, that's like one of the last things they do. They're like, oh, this worker costs me so much to train. Do I really want to get rid of him now? Because then they're going to train somebody else. You see that? But when it starts moving up, friends, it's the important part. Once it starts to swipe up like that, you see these little swipe ups? Once it starts to do that, it accelerates. Now, you just don't know how high the acceleration is going to be. And now the economy is on life support anyway, like with the money printer. But yes, that's pretty much what it's come down to. And yes, we've never seen this post-zombie virus world, right? This is what happened. The zombie virus, right? That's the spike that we got up. But before that was the GFC. So all we've ever seen, how the US Fed response after the GFC, all we've seen them respond to is zombie virus. Because remember, in the GFC right here, Bitcoin was made, all right here. And in the zombie virus, as soon as things started going bad, they're like, that's it, print the elephant. All right, so that's what we're waiting for. That's what everyone's curious to see. Is it going to be a standard recession? Are they able to slowly inflate everybody's purchasing power to pay off the debt? Or are there too many basically more bottlenecks around the economy that makes them kill off the system faster? Because remember, friends, we ultimately know what it's coming down to. We know they have to get us on CBDC. They have to get us on the digital dollar. They have to rebase everyone, right? Probably 4 to 1, whatever the hell they're going to do in their own obfuscation way. But they can't do it yet. They have to kill this system first. Part of killing the system is everything goes down, they print. Okay, so this defends its psyops. That's what they do. They want the people to demand a new system. You see, that's what it is. It's on the shelf, by the way. The CBDC, it's all ready. It's on the shelf. It's all made. Okay. The next thing they have to do now is now convince you, it's gaslight you, to convince you that you should be moving on a new system. That's why the next thing, it's always manufactured or engineered to some extent. When the crisis comes, they know what to do. They're like, oh, you know, like, you need a stimulus. But the problem is the banks are down. I can't give you the stimulus. Oops. Do you have to sign up to this CBDC and I'll give you like a $300 printing stimulus check? Right? That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what did the zombie virus, by the way. Remember they had the whole national ID and all these, the vaccine passport and all these, right? Now, unemployment rate is up to 4.3%. It does mean a recession is 100% coming around the corner. It's literally a 100% coming. But obviously, we always know recession's coming. It's just like it's how much, right? How much of a recession is coming? And everyone's been waiting for a long time. There were 2 false alarms on this, by the way, on this data on at turning point. But the recession came anyway, just took a few months longer. So it's pretty much there's no false alarms. Like it's coming, right? But what they mean by false alarms, it turning right now, we are in a recession right now. We are. This pretty much confirms we're in a recession right now. It's just that it takes time to basically, you're slowing down. The car's slowing down, right? Your car's slowing down. It's like, I'm not speeding anymore. You're not doing 100, you're doing like 60. But yeah, you're going towards 0. That's the same analogy. So we are in a recession right now, and then it depends how bad. And yes, got to remind you, everyone will always say, oh, don't worry, the Fed's going to come print. Yeah, they do, but I've written it here. Okay, the US Fed prints in response, but they don't prematurely print, all right? They don't do that. They let the damage gap happen first. They have all the estimates, then they print the gap. And they give themselves something on top. They find the way to do it. So if the GDP gap is 8%, right? They do 8% of whatever the US economy is, 40 trillion. They go, okay, we got to print 8% to cover the gap, and then we need 2% GDP, so they're going to print 10%, and they add like an extra few percents here and there for some margin of error. And in that margin of error, the banks and everything find the way to basically rot the whole system again. They're taking the money and they're buying up all the assets first. That's pretty much what happens. Okay, that's why in the with the zombie virus, right, they had a 39% money print everywhere because they're like, well, you know what I mean? It's killing the system faster the more ways you look at it. I have this data here from Genevieve saying, according to the SARM rule, SARM, named after Fed economist Claudius SARM, a recession is likely if the unemployment rate 3-month average rises by 0.5% from its low. Bloomberg reports it has now been triggered. The 3-month average rate is 4.1%. which is 50 basis points higher than the 12-month. So we've crossed this moving average. The unemployment rate now is 4.3. It's ticked up to 4.3. That's what the recent US data is. Also, inflation's coming down. Because now you're going to see that the inflation was a whole bunch of bullshit anyway. The wage earnings, they're ticking down. Wages worked ticking down. It's just pretty much, it's a crack. There's been a big crack in the system. But hey, you get to see as well, man. The markets don't just necessarily go down to 0, right? It depends about how much they're spooked, right? It depends how much they're spooked. Now, what would a spooking be? Who knows, mate? Just good luck. Good luck guessing that one. It's just let the cycle play out. We're seeing this type of stuff everywhere. Japanese stonks. All of 2024 gains wiped out in 3 days. Yeah, you're going to see stuff like that. I mean, there's always these big fat crash dips. Oh, all of 2024 gains. I know, man. You don't get any special award just because these markets go down, okay? People rotating from cash to bonds. And like, it's these types of people that make up the economy the most, you'll see, right? So this guy, I don't know who he is, but he's probably famous, okay? He's Tim. He's famous, but he's got like a really long-winded essay. Look what he says. He goes, I have sold 50% of all I have in crypto in the last 72 hours. Why? Recessions and stock market crashes usually happen when the Fed starts cutting rates. So, we all know this, friends, when the Fed starts cutting rates, the average stock market crash is 27% drop. All right, by the end of it. But you just don't know when. I went through and checked the data. It could be 1 month start. The crash could happen 13 months, the devastating part, okay? But you're probably wondering, like, hey, it doesn't seem too unreasonable, right? But just hold on. I'll show you what. Luckily, friends, you're with me. And luckily, you know what, friends? We're going to have to play let's play some heavy beat music just to... We're gonna kill these bears. We'll crank it, don't worry. I'm going to show you what I found. Look at this. I am going to be a father again. Third one is on the way. Pay attention to that, okay? Pay attention to Timmy being a father again. So I didn't even know he was a father. I don't know who the guy is, right? But I'm just showing you a lot of people respect him. Like, I don't know anything about the guy. I'm telling you. One, he's long. Look, friends, look how long this is. Long, just to tell us you've sold. Okay, so it's basically 3 pages saying, I've sold. All right, that's interesting. 3 pages just to say, hey, I'm 50-50 out. Pretty much out. He also mentions, he goes, some people suggested after my last tweet that I called it quits or that I failed or I threw in the towel, crypto got the best of me, that I missed out on all the new coins. If you have followed me, know that none is true. I also tweeted clearly I would tweet when I would sell my portfolio. So here I am to let you know. Okay, so even at the top, no, I'm not giving up on crypto. Still keeping a lot of money on the market. Just feels right to take out some for the family and have USD ready. He's not going to buy the dip, by the way. I guarantee you won't buy the dip. So just see these, if you're noticing, right? Family stuff. Okay, so when people have a family, they are tuned out. Okay, you do. You're not looking at it every day. The best thing to do is not to look at it. Because, friends, it's in markets, it's like a banana, okay? Not that banana, family friendly show banana, an actual real banana. So people who are here 18 hours a day like yours truly, we are basically mentally invincible, all right? We've seen everything. We just get slapped around, basically don't run out of energy. That's it. Okay, we've seen everything. Everyone in the, 10 minutes to 3 hours per day zone, which is literally 95% of everyone, those people are at most risk. Okay, so you have 18 hours, me. It's really like anybody, 8 hours, 12 hours, 18 hours, okay? 24/7 here. Everyone in between is basically sitting duck, mid-curve food. And then who's on the low IQ area zone, the banana, right? This is like the inverse bell curve. It's people who don't look at it every day at all. They look at it like once a week, once a month. They just check the candles, okay? So that's it. So if you're going to look at markets, you better look at like every minute of the day. Otherwise, don't look at it. Just don't, okay? Just briefly touch on it, but you don't touch anything. You see what I mean? Now you get to see why. So people think about a family. What if the market goes down? What if there is a recession? Because when thinking of recession, what are they thinking about? They're thinking about the next 24 months being bad. Oh no, my kids are going to need injections and all these other things. We might have to have a holiday and I've got this kid starting school in 3-4 years. I need all this money. So it's basically forecasting all this future out. Market doesn't care about that, by the way, but that's all the fear. Liquidity. You see that? That basically breaks everybody. It breaks everyone's mentality. Remember I told you, if it's market's like a sport. Once you're out of it, it's very hard to do. You can't put your foot back in. It's literally trying to play rugby again, and you're like 58 years old coming in. They're just gonna shoulder your chin through the back wall. You know what I mean? So it's very important to have an aspect of this when it comes to that. And I'm not saying he's right. It could be right, but I'm just helping you learn that ultimately everyone's like, hey, wow, this might be going down. I'm saying basically rewrite this as a guy who is a father of 3 kids is now out of the game, being very, very strong crypto. And I think it's great for us forecasting turbo doom. So remember that. I'm seeing that appear. I don't even know who the guy is, by the way. Shout out to Timmy. I'm seeing him appear. Plus, you're seeing that Great Fartis guy with the Great Depression thing. You see what I mean? They're all lining up. Also, shout out to Aaron. I haven't watched this video, but I have a feeling I'm going to do something stupid. I can just feel it. Feel it. Smell it. Welcome the pump. Embrace the pump. Cherish the pump. I'm ready for you, brother. I'm ready. Moo! When pump. Now, obviously, you're wondering, why do we really go down? What's the actual real reason, Somi? Jim Cramer. The panic in Amazon is a little overdone. I can't even say it, dude. I don't want to usher these words. Okay, I can't even say it anymore. Jim Cramer, the inverse oracle god, is actually bullish. Okay, he's saying, hey, the panic in Amazon are overdone. Oh, man. This is the Amazon chart. Jim Cramer's bullish up here. I mean, please don't ruin us. Please don't ruin us. This is Jim Cramer's bullish up here, friends. It's actually bullish up here. Please log chart. Yay. It's the Amazon chart up only. Oh, man. This is nuts. Oh, bang. That's what. Oh, Jimmy boy. Friends, you know why, though? Look, there's Jim Cramer. You got to battle all these things. But look, if you are drinking soy milk, I don't care if it says high in calcium. If you're drinking soy milk, you're just never going to make it. That's it. Trust me, there is always, every time we go down, it's the same thing on clockwork. It's fear. Okay, red candles. Everything's a scam. Friends, I'm even seeing, right? You know when the crap macro goes down? That, you know, in say Pulse and altcoins go down, everyone says, oh, this coin's a scam. They're all a scam. Okay. When crypto goes down, oh, crypto's a scam. Bitcoin's a scam. Vitalik's a scam. Okay, but when the world markets go down, I'm literally seeing people in the comment section saying, Capitalism is a scam. So just see what I mean? Everything's just a scam. That's it. It's all a scam. I think it's just a natural human reaction, man. That's because, things go up, things go down. Look, it is an abusive relationship. The volatility is an abusive relationship. Like, just imagine you had a friend who, they're reliable 80% of the time, but 20% of the time, they'll give you a kidney shot from behind you, pissing blood. Or they steal money from you. Or kick you in the nuts from time to time. Right? You wouldn't be like, oh man, 80% of the time you're good. What about 20%? Yeah, that's the volatility, friends. That's the volatility of markets. It's not, if you had a friend like that, you'd be like, get out of here, man. You betrayed me once, I'm out. That's how people treat markets. They're like, hey, I got betrayed, I'll never again. But that's why, man, it's not about that, friends. You got to play the long-term game, okay? It's like raising a child. You can't, maybe you have maybe one of your kids, let's say you got a 7-year-old kid, maybe they took another kid's pencil case from home because they really liked it. And then you find, one of the parents finds it in the bag and they're like, oh my gosh, my son's a thief. My son's a thief. Oh my gosh, I got to have a talking to him. You know what I mean? So you can't just say, oh, well, this kid's finished. You know what I mean? Throw it out in the garbage tip. It's over. Deport him. Okay? I'm not raising him at 18. You can't say that, man. You got to say, hey, wait till 18. Things turn around. People have to learn. You got to think, look at the bright side as well. Like, hey, at least he's stealing a pencil case now. Some people have to steal a car later on to feel something, Some people end up stealing trillions of dollars from an entire economy if you're a bank. You know what I mean? So the level of stealing just goes up. Depends, when do you learn the lesson? Back for more Jim Cramer, though. There's some vicious program activity going on right now. Some of it's related to an out of stock into bonds rotation trade, but some of it is a belief that the economy has been crushed in the last month. Have to wait and see, but wow, the negativity about the economy is extreme. So he's just commenting out here. I was like, don't say it. Don't you dare. Don't jinx everything. Okay, Amazon, you're finished. All right, we get that part. Don't you dare jinx everything. So it is very clear, friends. The economy has turned. Things are cracked. Now it's just a matter of time, right? So when's it going to crack? Is it going to start accelerating at the end of this year? Are they going to do it next year? We'll see. But, we always go back. We go back to that others BTC right there. That others BTC, friends. So, yes, we are hanging on by a pubic hair. And I'm not even joking. It's a pubic hair, right? First, it was like the mop on top of your head. Then maybe they're grabbing your elbows. No. It's literally left by a pubic hair now. But that's what happened last time. It's 4 years ago, hanging on by a pubic hair as well. There's a zombie virus. Look, don't jinx it, but man, they had a zombie virus locking everyone down 4 years ago. If we could rally in that, we should be able to rally in this. Come on. We've got an ETF. You got an ETF. Donald Trump's pro-Bitcoin. Things got to be put in perspective. You're like, wait a minute. It was literally a world zombie virus. Literally. Do you remember all the supply chains? Everything. The world just stopped. So, and everyone was sat at home, right? They're just printing money. Oh, what if... That's what the biggest fear was, friends. 4 years ago, it wasn't like, oh, it's easy, just get in. No. They're all talking like kings now. No, back then, I was being told I'm an idiot because I was predicting this money printer stuff to keep pushing things up, whereas people were saying, no, there's too much inflation for this supply chain. They're printing money. It's not doing anything. So they're going to stop printing money because they're just wasting it. You know what I mean? That's what everybody was saying. And they didn't print enough. They have to print it exponentially more. So that's the exact same stuff that was going on until green candles appeared. Where the green candles appear, they go, oh, wow, this is the future. See? By the way, I have my middle finger emoji ready. So far, it's been the most hated and worst performing crypto cycle of all time. Yeah, man, this is not my opinion. This is statistically true. It's been the most diminishing gains. Altcoins have performed the worst. There is the most dispersion of altcoins. Ethereum has done the worst. Everything is literally done the absolute worst. And you might say, oh, what about Solana? Yeah, Solana had 1% dominance and it went up to 3% dominance. So Solana gained 3% dominance, and if you go check where everybody entered, they're about 50% on side right now. Well, yeah, it gets better than being minus 50%. It's not like everybody who bought this coin when most people entered did everything. But think about that dominance of the whole industry. 2% of the crypto industry is happy. 2%. 1%'s actually made money. That's the people who are long Solana the whole time. 1%'s made money, but 2% are happy. Because why the actual percent? They think they're about to make another 12x to 15x on Solana. And I hope that happens. I'm just telling you they're speculating based on their dopamine. But they're probably gonna dump it now and probably think otherwise because most of them are just soy boy cucks. You see what I mean? Think about 2 out of 100 people are happy. 98 aren't. See? Now, you don't need me to tell you this, friends, but overall, it's just been this mood everywhere. That's pretty much it. It's just been, you know, it's been tough. I know it's been tough. Like, what do we do? Sell? I'm not selling. I'd rather ride to zero. You see, I'm not selling now. Get out of here, right? You couldn't take me down in zombie virus. You're not taking me down now. The fangs are coming out on everybody in crypto, though. So every community is copying something. And I get it, man. Like right now, I'm looking on my screen, friends. The US bonds are up, which means the yields went down. So you're like, wait a minute. You're giving a crappier yield. Why is crypto going down? That should be bullish for us. It's just it rotations. No one cares. The US dollar's going down. Remember, like, oh, US dollar going down. That's meant to be bullish. No one cares. It's just a fear trade, is it? Now, everybody's even turning on these influencers. So here's this one guy. I'll show you him. So this is TradingLord. TradingLord. Yeah, he's taking the picture, typical like Instagram pictures. No sleep. I've got loads of ciggies and I'm fully locked in. Oh, well, so he released a coin. I don't know what the coin does. It's like everything. It's probably just another meme coin. And I think, look at this. This is the type of sentiment going on out there, right? So I don't know why I hate this kid so much. He's everything I dislike in a man. Ego is off the charts to the point it's triggering my anger issues. Remember, kids, trading is easier when you have insider info or when you're just using your followers to pump your entry. Have a good weekend. So this is, I guess, TradingLord's public account, down 77%. The followers, bro, you guys have lost a collective 1.8 million following him. Oh my God. Wow. Masters P&L minus 84,000. So basically, oh man, that's funny. So basically, he has millions and millions of dollars, but he loads the account, I guess 200 grand or whatever, or for a couple of hundred grand, down 74% or 77%. Wow, must have lost, actually loaded 500k when you do the maths on that. Max drawdown 78%. Average P&L per trade minus $670. Yeah, so it's seeing everybody. The fangs are coming out here, man. Friends, let me tell you something. To this day, I have never seen a single person tell me that they made money by copy trading. Not a single one. I haven't heard a single successful story. Nothing, right? And if someone's winning, it's like, oh, I was winning good for the first, 14 days, and it just all went to every time. Okay, friends, short-term trading is literally PvP. It's PvP. It's literally like, hey, everybody, come join my soccer team and basically stack it on my side. But yeah, okay, now we've got like 10 poopy guys with me and I'm playing against 11 professionals on the other side. Go, no. You're a poopy player. You're meant to be on the other team. I'm meant to score against you. So it's just, yeah, man. It's crazy. So look, there's comment sections. Where's your Ferrari? I'm guessing that's one of his comments that he's talking about. Like one of the, maybe TradingLord says that often. I don't know. Trading is easy when you have an infinite bankroll from your banker dad and you have insider info. Bro, you don't get it. He's self-made, bro. His dad is rich, but he made it alone. No grift, no loan, Pius, because I'm thinking that's some sort of sarcasm and stuff. But yeah, man, like, look, all that's fine. It's fine. It's just, friends, this hurts me, though. Ego's off the charts to the point it's triggering my anger issues. Don't let yourself get angry, man. Get angry at what? It just, they're going to die one day too, like the rest of us. Just think about this. Okay, I don't know TradingLord. I don't know these guys. I'm just telling you, man, like, if you got to flash luxury items to 14,000 Indian dudes on social media for validation so that maybe you can get some pussy, maybe, I don't know, man. Just let them do it. Let them do it. You need guys out here, like, you need that. They're good examples of, like, what not to do. They are, right? You can't let yourself actually get angry about it. But actually, friends, when people say stuff like that, what they're actually angry about, they're angry about the confidence. They're angry about how much fluff there is and how confident they are that everything's going, that everything's doing well. It's actually the same hate that Richard Hart copped. People hated the fact that he was so confident about, like, his whole statements that Hex is a better Bitcoin and everything's fine and everything just goes to the shit house. And that's why people don't like. People don't like that confidence. So what happens is they jump on board and they finally convince you to jump on board. Okay, that's like a leader or like a group follower or a cult follower or whatever, anybody with influence. Okay, so they jump on board to one frame. They want you to eventually jump on board. Then when you jump on board, okay, what you want is, if it doesn't work out, you want them to apologize. You want them to say, hey, I'm sorry for making you feel that way. That's what people really want, but you don't get anything from that. You know, you don't get your money back. You don't get your time back. You don't actually get anything back. And you're going to come across the most sociopathic people in the world. They'll never apologize for anything whatsoever anyway. They don't even think they're doing anything wrong. So how do you navigate all this, friends? Well, that's why I'm here 18 hours a day, sitting on a squeaky chair, just putting all these things in perspective. I'm showing you all these characters that appear. Remember, there's no book out here. There's no Bible to learn all of these. You're seeing these macro things throw out. Oh, this guy's bearish and bullish again. You know what you're playing for at the end of the day, man. It's a game, you versus you. All right. So shout out to Younes, friends. We're gonna play more of his videos out here. Shout out to Younes. Oh man, what a genius. You've seen him, friends. You've seen actually throw some Younes out. You know who Younes is, man. Absolute boss. Man, this guy's an absolute beast. He's an absolute beast. So he's become like a big meme as well. So I think he's yeah, I think he's from Brazil. I think he does jiu-jitsu and UFC stuff. It's just hilarious, man. I just don't know how. This guy's he's like a walking Jim Carrey, friends. They're like 1 in a billion people where their face expression tells you a story. It's amazing. It tells you a story about their character and stuff. So these are the types of things that are basically floating around in crypto. Got these macro things. Yeah, everything's red. We'll see. We'll see how August ends up recovering, friends. Remember, it's all about that others BTC. It is the ratio of risk to Bitcoin. That's why it's most important. It's a ratio of risk to Bitcoin. That's what the ratio. We don't care about the absolute dollars and stuff. So yeah, theoretically, Bitcoin could have topped out for its whole cycle right now. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not thinking, I don't think it has, but it could have right now. And altcoins could all go from today like a 5x, and that's euphoria. You see, that's pretty much it. So Bitcoin stays $60,000. Every altcoin in the index goes up like a 5x or something enormous like that. That's Bitcoin dominance crashing down, and there you go. You see, so when you're looking at the ratio, you don't really care about the absolute dollar prices. That's why the chart is very, very useful. I guess we'll see how we play out for the rest of the weekend and August. Make sure you like, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.